Hey there, boaters. I'm Captain Stacey Hanrahan, and welcome to Friday's episode of Boaters TV. First up, our Captain's Caption photo was provided by Dave Hazard. We'll reveal the caption of the day at the end of the show. Next in Did You Know? How to Cross the Pond in our Blue Water Sailing segment. A passage from the Caribbean to Europe obviously takes a bit of planning, and many sailors take the advice of Don Street when it comes to crossing the pond. That's because he's, among other things, a lifetime sailor, author of numerous cruising guides, and has even collaborated with IMRAE to produce an Atlantic routing chart. In this month's Blue Water Sailing magazine, Don shared his wisdom on crossing the Atlantic. His first advice, don't leave the Caribbean before mid-May. Gale frequency and strength are both higher in April as opposed to June. And speaking of the weather, Don feels that using a router service is a worthwhile investment. Of course, before leaving the Caribbean, your boat needs to be inspected thoroughly. No matter how much you plan to avoid rough weather, your boat must be prepared to make it through a gale. In his article, Don goes over 5 general routes to Europe. With one route from Bermuda through Nova Scotia and onto Ireland, he warns of new oil rigs on the Grand Banks. If you go directly from Bermuda to Ireland, realize that you will be in ice territory for about 500 miles, depending on the year. If you go through the Azores, Don says your first stop should be Flores. Quote, it is an island not to be missed. And if you are up for a real challenge, take the more than 3,000-mile direct route from Antigua to Gibraltar. Whichever eastward way you decide to cross the pond, Don has some advice for you before setting sail. So to read his entire article, go to www.bwsailing.com. Now it's time for our Boat Test Reports feature of the week, where we'll take a look at the Vectra 192 from Smokercraft.
Well, welcome to BoatTEST.com. Today I'm on the 192 fish and ski from Vectra. With a few quick and simple changes, you can go from an early morning fish outing to a hard-running afternoon of slalom skiing. The Pro Sport series is truly versatile. On the foredeck, you can set up a comfortable casting chair when needed to relax while fishing. In the bow, a Lowrance PD55 fits neatly on the starboard edge, and a trolling motor fits in a mounting plate on the port edge with a tethered foot control. In the ski mode, setting up front can be arranged for 2, just sit back and relax. The windshield is a full-frame wraparound style with large center walk-through for easy access fore and aft. The anchor and rode store neatly in a bin under the bow cushion, and the side storage bins hold the 2 trolling motor batteries for the 24-volt system. In the upper glove box, Sylvan has mounted the stereo, and the lower box is plenty large to keep all your important items dry. The lid even has 2 cup holders built into it. The helm, you have a padded 3-spoke wheel with rack and pinion steering, lighted rocker switches protected by push-button circuit breakers, and analog gauges supplemented by a digital depth finder. 2 seats on either side of the aft fold down when storing or trailering your boat. These can also be removed or used as casting chairs. There's also a center bench seat with added storage. The live well is under the port side of the aft casting deck next to the casting seat position. The Mercruiser 4.3-liter engine fits neatly under the aft fishing deck with a bend to starboard to keep the damp life jackets and use the engine heat to dry them. The Vectra 192 IO fish and ski is 19 feet 2 inches length overall and has a 98-inch beam. We tested the Vectra 192 on an unusually windy day on Lake Wawasee and found that she was a very good handling boat, easy to maneuver around the docks, and quite safe and stable throughout. I found her top speed to be 44.8 miles per hour at 4,800 RPM and her cruise speed to be 37.8 miles per hour at 4,000 RPMs. This will deliver 134 miles on a full tank of fuel.
Thanks to Boat Test for that report. To see more of the Smokercraft Vectra 192, you can cruise on over to BoatTEST website at www.BoatTEST.com. Now let's see what's splashing around in nautical news. If your boat is recalled, you probably want to know about it, right? Well, it's true that boat recalls don't happen very often, but they do happen. Did you ever wonder how the manufacturer of your boat would contact you if your model is found to be in non-compliance with Coast Guard regulations? chances are they won't be able to, especially if you own a used vessel. Federal law requires manufacturers to make repairs on recalled boats for a period of 10 years, but they're only obligated to send recall notices to the original owners. And we all know most boats change ownership at least once during their first 10 years out of the yard. No worries, BoatU.S will put boat builders and owners in touch with its online National Recall Alert Registry. It's simple. If I can do it, and I did, you can do it. Simply register your boat, engine, or trailer with BoatU.S, and if no safety problems arise, that'll be it. But if your boat happens to be recalled, the manufacturer will be able to download your information and send you a defect notice via certified mail. The system is secure. Your information can only be accessed by you, your boat or engine's manufacturer, and BoatU.S. It's a simple process that takes just a few minutes to complete. To register your boat or for more information, go to www.BoatUS.com/recall. And now it's time to reveal Stacey's TheBoaters.com Sealebrity profile pick of the day, which is Captain Olen Martin and his 39-foot Sea Ray Peacekeeper. Olen is a law enforcement officer of 22 years who found a way to boat on the job. He supervises a statewide task force on Lake Erie. When he's not working, there's nothing better than boating with the family. Welcome to the Boaters and congrats on your Sealebrity status. And finally today, the captain's caption of the day is, "Too bad your wife couldn't make it. Are you sure she said it's okay?" Submitted by Jesse. That'll do it for this episode of the Boaters TV. Oh, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. See you Monday.